Oh, good evening, all. Good evening. Turn that down a little bit. There we go. Cool, cool, cool. Whew. I'm on time. Debatable. Whew. 12 registered so far. It's up to 15 now, so the numbers are steadily climbing. But yeah, I got distracted sorting out some other details. And those other details are kind of important because they're related to stuff I need to enhance later. So. Is this front-wheel drive? No, no. This is very much rear-wheel. Whew. Not a fan of the car, but you suffered rust in the RS. I honor your honesty. Alright, shit. Okay. I need to just... Okay, I can get rid of that. Grab the chat link. How could you not like the exactly? Damn, yeah, Donnie's feeding the facts here. How can you not like the Ligier? Anyways, we're here at the finale at Cadwell Park. It's gonna be a banger. At least I hope. Need a break from painting anyhow. Okay. Yeah, then we're racing the Ferrari at Spa, which should be okay. And then the Ginetta at Modena Fast, aka the correct layout of Modena. Oh, God. Do I have... I do have a setup. Okay. Blame Michael. I would have come for the fast layout with the RS500 too. So what you're saying is I have full excuse to punt Michael here. Hey Lupa, yeah, this track was on when James hosted the Ligier series. And it was probably my favorite round of that entire championship. It was such... This track is so good for these little cars. When you come to lap me, maybe. Yeah, this track was so much fun in these little cars when we raced it with James that I felt like I'd be doing a disservice if I didn't bring it back. So, we're running it again for the finale. I really... Yeah, there isn't much time. Oh, shit. I was too busy looking at my phone. Oh well. Also could just get rid of the music. Obviously, at the end of the race today, got some big announcements to make. So, keep an eye out for those. It's gonna be pretty loaded. I even prepared a corny little trailer for you guys. So be honored. Albeit, Michael and Donnie probably already know exactly what my plans are, but hey ho, the rest of the world doesn't. Not Jordan? Ah, sorting some stuff out on your PC. Fair enough, fair enough. My brain has completely died on me. Oh yeah, you know one thing I haven't done actually? I haven't shielded the stream out. I should do that. I should also stop the stream from playing on my end. Need to plug my rig in might help. Yeah, that definitely would help. Okay, this is that. Just gotta show myself out here real quick for the finale here, and then we'll be. I think it's about time to join the server actually. Drive telepathically, no need for a wheel. The little car on my screen makes sense. What? I'm confused. Oh, the Indy car. Yeah. Oh, see. I mean, that's an Indy car, not what I just posted, but I mean, I would love to do an IndyCar series, but I'm not quite sure how would be the best way to work the what do you call it? The paid mod stuff. Someone bought all the rights, yeah. I could, but the issue is they're all paid mods, which does kind of scupper things. 16 registered in the end, that's pretty decent for the finale. I don't want some hackjaw yokel sort of crap that wouldn't be allowed anyways. So... UID pack is the 2015 cars are dirt cheap. Yeah, I mean, kind of want the more modern era though, because modern era is cool. Never driven the old UID cars though, so maybe I should give them a try and see how it goes. There, we out here now on the server, and I am definitely looking at the game. Yeah, it was used before because it was free at one point in time. Yeah, I don't know if it still is free or not though. Might not be. Oh, this thing loses speed going uphill. Try and bring the microphone a little bit closer as well, just a little further away from my wheel. Whew, man. I'm not sure. I haven't checked. But I thought they were only free for a limited time, but I could be wrong. They are quite old mods now, so... You know, maybe that changes things. Oh, I wanted to slow down a bit more for that corner. Whoop. Whoop. Oh. Steady. I got the understeer. I forgot the track grip is like very low at the moment. Is he gonna give me a push? Come on, push! Oh, he failed miserably on that. It was more of just a bit of a punt. Understeer equals front wheel drive. Let me remind you of the Alfa Romeo GTA M. As much as I thought that was a front wheel drive car at the start, it turned out it was not. Also, this thing is on like the worst tires known to man, so... Oh god. Like, you have practically no traction at all in this thing. It's brilliant. Oh, he's going... Where's he going? And I'm giving him space. But it's not effectively like golf cart tires. Which is, yeah, they're very well equipped to handle these speeds, you know. Combo sounds like death. It's actually not. It's a lot of fun. Oh, shit. I say as I bump along the grass. I am nowhere near ready for this, but this combo is a lot of fun. I will tell you that much. It's a lot of fun. I haven't bought the pack yet either. I should probably get on that. You ever have fun or die trying from the looks of things? Yeah, I just need to like rekindle my sort of feelings with this car. I literally haven't touched it since last race, so I need to sort of get in touch again with driving it properly. I've been driving some quite different cars recently. So yeah, need to... Cadwell Park is always different. Oh. Not quite up to temp yet. Definitely have to brake a lot more here than you do at pretty much all the other tracks I featured this season. But yeah, the... What'd you call it? My brain is not working right now. Shit. Oh yeah, the Estonia. Yeah, when we raced here in the Estonia 25, that was also good fun. Oh shit. However, I actually did go and... What? I did go and repeat that race, the Estonia 25 at Cadwell. I went and repeated that race with a bunch of friends. And, well, that one ended with me stuck in the guardrail, so... Very... great way to finish it. Given the fact that when we did it in SRS, I overtook like a couple of people, which is like ridiculously challenging at Cadwell. Ready to fly at a moment's notice. It took him by the ambulance. Jimmy has a discount until we get ours sorted. Oh, you guys get like a discount on the mods? So that's pretty neat. URD mods are still free. Just check the prices both year. Yeah, but 3 to 4. That's 3 to 4 euro more than some people are willing to spend on Assetto Corsa cars. You know, you get me? But it's a bit late now. Indy Lights was URD as well. Yeah. I mean, I'll try. I can give the URD 2015 Indy cars a shot, but yeah, it's too late now for what for next season. So future season idea maybe. How much did I pay for the RF2 DLCs? Yeah, but there's a difference there. I may be willing to pay the money, others will not. Just because I am willing to fork out money for some of these things doesn't necessarily mean others will too. And I'll be honest, those RF2 DLCs weren't my greatest purchase. Because, I mean, how the fuck much do I play RF2? But I wanted to do the race, so it was like, fine, I guess I'll buy it. But, I mean, I didn't take part in the Nords race, because I bought a pack which had other content, or it had all the content I needed, but didn't include that track pack with Nords that they were talking about. So I actually skipped the Nords race, because it's like, fuck that shit. A, I'm not a big fan of Nords, and B, I'm not paying like £10 to buy Nords as a DLC track again, because it's a DLC track in every fucking sim, and it's kind of ridiculous. I might have to try and make it overtake here. Go! Gum for it. He's backing out. Thank God. This thing gets loose over the crash. You bought too much RF2 stuff. I've only really bought the IndyCar and the Le Mans Virtual Series pack. And then a couple of the shit that was on sale. Because the SCB guy said that we were going to be running them. So I was like, yeah, whatever. And we want you to join us just the 5-year car and the tracks for free mods. I equal James May? Why do I equal James May? I need some elaboration here. What have I done that makes me James May-like? But yeah, no. With the original point, I have seen people out there. I want to blow it up in a rant on all time. I'm fine with it as a hot lap track, but as a race track, it's just rubbish. But yeah, so as I was saying, the yeah, so I have, you know, I've interacted with a lot of people in the sim racing community, and I know there are people out there who either A, don't buy paid mods at all because they don't want to pay money for mods, or B, wouldn't mind paying money for mods but don't have the expendable income to spare. And you know, that kind of makes it a little less accessible. You know, because, well, yeah, you're probably going to get your money's worth spending like €3 or €4 to race a car every week for 6 weeks straight. Does everyone who wants to join necessarily have that money? Not sure. I mean, I know Donnie, Mike, and the Slow Bros obviously got some kind of agreement going with VRC. At least I assume so. Or you're just spending a load of money. But I haven't looked into the possibilities of any of that, so... However, the R-Factor 2 race I did on Sunday reminded me about the existence of the Racing Studio Lotus 79, and I drove that again, and it was pretty fun. So, who knows? I think that goes for quite cheap, so maybe I'll just try and strike up a deal to buy a load of copies or something. Okay, I'm 7th at the moment. It's not too shabby. It's mid-pack. The WTCC pack for RF2, lots of front-wheel drive goodness there. I mean, I could just drive the BMW, because that's rear-wheel drive. And also, if it's realistic, it'd be faster than all the other cars anyways. Well, for the first 2 series, Slowboys funded a bunch of the VRC mods and were handed them out. They did bulk buy them from VRC and got a discount. Ah, okay. Interesting. Guessing that's why people had to, like, send an email or whatever so they could get their emails linked up to the mod so they could download it. Because if I remember correctly, VRC does that, don't they? You have to put in the email address you used to buy the mod to be able to download it again from their sites. Oh dear. I've spun it. Go. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright. Final time lap. Let's hope I don't fuck this one up. How far am I off the pace? 1.87 seconds. That's not too bad. I guess given how long the lap is. It's quite easy to lose time in places around here, so... Yeah, I'm hoping we can get a grid going for all 3 races tonight. I mean, I can definitely see a grid coming for... Well, we've got a grid here. I can definitely see a grid coming for Spa as well. It's Spa. And then after that we have... Well, the Ginetta, I'm not sure. I'd like it to get a grid, but we didn't get a grid at Watkins Glen last week, which is a travesty. Because that was a pretty fun race. But it ended up just being myself, M2, and Martin from the Thunder crew. Just kind of really sillily poodling around. And I think we really confused Martin, because we were waiting for each other and stuff like that, and he ended up winning the 3-car race. Work of stuff, but if you need people to make it official, I can register. I mean, at the end of the day, no worries if it doesn't go official, but I'd rather it go official on merit than have it go official because someone forced themselves to turn up kind of ordeal. I say that tire life is pretty concerning, but then again, it is like 2.5 minutes a lap. So, it's a quite long laps. I improved, but not by much. Wow, the cars behind me are like miles off. Oh, and I'm a reasonable distance off the cars ahead of me. Seems like I should have done some practice. Now, why would I do such a ridiculous thing? 23 minutes. That's just going to be 25. I'd go with 10 liters. Be safe. Better be safe than be stupid. Best race I ever had was a 2-car race, including myself. Yeah. Oh, God. Alright, well, if anyone is still in the chat listening in, good luck. This is going to be a spicy one, I think. Yep, cheers, guys. I'm going to need it. Good luck to yourself too, Michael. I see you there. One on one with another guy in Brazilian Top Guys at Interlagos on AMS2 when we were trying that game here. Okay. Hey, Forza Donut, how's it going? We are just getting ready to die. Yeah, cheers for the luck, Donnie. Push the past battles. Oh, I need to. I'll read that in a sec. I think somebody jump started. I missed the start by a country mile. That was terrible. Which is a problem because in qualifying these cars were. Oh, Michael jump started. Oh no, tragedy. Where's everyone else behind gone? Did a load of cars jump start or something? Because there's only 9 cars here. Push to pass battles galore, so he kept swapping position the whole 20 minutes. Oh, nice. He had a streamer start in this car, I really did. I need Alexi to get past me though, so I can give him a push. Michael has no excuse. Okay, come on, Alexi. We're going. Oh, I'm not quite linking up with him very well. Oh. Giving him little love taps up the hill. But we do kind of need to work together here to really be able to catch back up with this group. I see that as I'm going in for the overtake. Going for it. Yeah, I didn't execute it very well, though. If you want to see great bump drafting, you go watch last week's race. Holy cow, that was wild. It's definitely been the best. Grobnik was awesome. It was bump draft galore. And I was the one doing most of the pushing. I mean, you could also... Poor Ricard was a bit of a crapper of a race, but I did give Phil the fastest lap by bump drafting him. More like bump murder. Okay, yes, I did kind of kill Mattia at one point. But I helped him out, get back up into the groove. So, you know, it worked out in the end. Oh, they're all stumbling each other up the hill. Big slide, but I held the momentum. Woo! Just don't watch the Ferrari race after? Well, yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you want to watch a Ferrari go around on solo laps around one of the most boring tracks ever created, you can. Not necessarily the best use of your time, though. But yeah, Grobnik last week was awesome. Just about getting a slipstream from Mateo. What track? Grobnik. It was Grobnik last week. In the Ligier. Unless you're on about the Ferrari, then it was Nürburgring GP. Oh, Mateo's gone off onto the grass a little bit there. Yeah, I don't like that track. I see Lucas has joined in again. He missed the last couple of rounds, I think. But he's back and he's storming away with the lead. Just noticed we don't have a Mattia this week, though. So, that does change things with the championship. I think Matteo is probably going to take it, though. I think he's the current leader, if I'm not mistaken. Mattia wasn't racing yesterday, might be off this week. Yeah, maybe. Hey, Mihao, how's it going? Oh. I should stop sliding so much over that crest. I need to close up a bit over here, so I need to proper send this thing. The last few laps here are going to get very interesting, though, I could tell you that much. If last race is anything to go by. Send it, I will try my best. These cars ahead are all a little bit faster than I am, though, so it isn't going to be the easiest to catch and pass them all, but hoping Racecraft will prevail. Hoping my control of the car on low tire wear is also going to prevail, but okay. I've done like basically no practice for this, which is what I do for most events, but you know. I usually do at least a couple of laps to get familiar with the car and track for these races. I really didn't today. I was too busy faffing about with other stuff. all worthwhile and important stuff for next season. But that you will find out more once we finish. I'd be shocked the day you say you did 1 hour of practice. I mean, I don't think I'll ever do practice, or like, lengthy practice for an SRS race these days. I used to do quite a bit when I like first started, but then I realized I was like, nah, there ain't no point. I don't really, you know, it's on work nights. I typically come back home and I just mellow out for a little bit when I get home from work, and then get ready to do the sim driving. but it's some like one-off special event, then typically, depending, well, usually I like to get on about like an hour before the event and just start getting ready for it. You know, for like longer races and whatnot, just to make sure I'm not going in completely blind, because those kinds of races you don't want to go in blind. I bungled that up. They're all closing up ahead whilst I'm kind of getting hung out to dry here, which isn't great. I'm cooked that left rear. They never make a movie about your SRS career. You don't have enough passion. I do have enough passion. It's just that I'm not... I don't think it's worth my time wasting a bazillion laps practicing. I think if I spent the amount of time some of these people spend practicing for these races, I would probably burn out after like a month. Look, I worked up for Max. Oh shit. I went a bit wide there. I was trying to squeeze as much speed as I could have out of this little thing. 5,000 laps of practice for 10 minutes of race time. Usually minimally 30 minutes to practice and cow fuel. Oh, I calculate fuel like 30 seconds before the race. That's my fuel calculation window. Usually at the end of quali, I'll like click around a few numbers and be like, yeah, that looks about right. Oh, I think I'm definitely going to have to bank on the tyre life. Which, well, I'm not the most reputable person for looking after their tyres, but I guess that does also mean I have better experience in driving on cacked tyres, which these tyres definitely will be at the end of this. I can tell you that much. More exciting if you don't calculate fuel, go for an aggressive guess. I usually go for a safe guess, to be honest. Albeit I have miscalculated a couple of times and run out of fuel. Well, actually, I've run short. I don't think I've ever DNF'd a race, though, for running out of fuel. Albeit... the, When we took the Ginettas to the Nürburgring GP, the shorter layout, I was hunting down Gianluca from the For Fun guys, and I then suddenly realized I was a lap short on fuel, and I was like, oh no. So I had to make a cheeky pit stop in the middle of a race. It was fine, because the next car back was Michael, who had, like, royally bottled it. And then there was a couple of cars behind him, but they were, like, miles behind. There's enough GM to push him over the line, though. Yeah, exactly, and he... I could see M2 and Alexia steadily drawing nearer, I think. They're both working together. Have Matteo, the son of a gun, ditched me at the first opportunity. Oh, yeah, slight yellow. Somebody went a bit wide. Okay, we're beginning to enter the rear tire death phase of this race. This is where shit is gonna start getting more spicy. Because it hasn't been very much for me. The people ahead of me have clearly done actual practice. And I have not. But hey, if I actually did practice, I wouldn't have a soupy corny trailer to show you guys for next season. So it's hailstorming so loud that you can't hear the stream, so I need to shout. Jesus Christ. That's pretty bad. You could just hear the lovely screeches of the Ligier's poor engine instead. The Galaxy and M2 have split up a bit, which works out nicely for me. Kind of. Ideally, be nicer to have them catch up to me, so that we could work together as the trio. Drawback of open mic headphones, they don't block external sounds. Cars go small when fuel burns. It looks like cars in front are smaller and smaller. No, that's just called they're better than me. That is all that is called. They are faster than I am. Therefore, I fall back. Don't know if it's just me, but I definitely do feel like in this day and age, the upper skill ceiling on SRS is definitely higher than when I first started. It seems like the people at the front each week are like very on the ball and are very switched on to everything, usually. And you know, these guys are like real quick. Just kind of put me in a rut because I don't want to start practicing regularly. But it is almost feeling like that he's becoming more and more the reality that, you know. Whoop. It's getting slippy. Those four at the front are basically line astern. Kind of wild. M2 and Alexi were tiny bit faster, but not enough. However, they are going to catch up me on the straight. Okay, 3 minutes, that's 2 more laps. Does sound like a really lonely place. At the moment, it kind of is. However, the two stooges are catching up to me. My rear view camera doesn't want to work. This button on my wheel has been kind of broken for ages, so doesn't surprise me. But they're steadily gaining, so maybe we can get a 3-piece going. And maybe work on getting a little bit further ahead. Who knows? Or they'll both bin it, and cars ahead will bin it. And chaos will ensue, but we'll see. Because these tyres they ain't looking pretty anymore. They're really not. Ain't feeling pretty either. Oh god. Gotta be a lot more careful on that throttle pedal now. To avoid spinning up these bad boys too aggressively. All I hear is you talking at a constant red line. Yeah, you kind of do have to rev the absolute shit out of this thing to really get the most out of it. Oh, poor Henning all the way back there. Oh no. I don't know how he ended up there, but that's tragic. I got a shocking run up there. But it seemed like those two didn't get much better of a run. And slowly gaining a repair, maybe? It's hard to tell. However, we are coming on to the final lap here. As I ride the curb like an idiot. And get all sorts of ship shape. Oh, Alexei died! What the hell happened there? Just see him spinning in the wall. Was that seldom doing, or was there a little bit of assistance there? I didn't see. He is now miles back. He's lost a shitload of ground. Yeah, F indeed. That was a huge rip. I think these front guys are too far ahead. They're also doing the esports thing. They're all just driving in a line. Look at them. Boring people. I remember last time we did this race, we were like 4 abreast. At points, it was crazy. But I think, yeah, the field spread out too much here at the start, and it never really got to recuperate from that initial spread. Robert is very much struggling, though, it seems. So maybe there's a slight chance to move up into P5 before the end of this. And who knows, somebody could get desperate up ahead, make a silly move, and get a freebie. It's pretty much who we can really rely on now. It's just keeping the car steady, making it through the track. That's not going to help. As it tries to drift every corner, because the rear tires don't exist anymore. Get my foot in it there. Nice exit out of there. Buttery smooth. This was not so smooth though. Oh, there's... Wait, what? Oh, no. This is the final lap. Okay. Ignore me. I was being stupid. Whoa. Oh, God. I think it's like slowly pulling itself forwards. How you donuts? World's slowest donuts, hell yeah. Whew. Not the best, not the way I hoped to finish it off, but still a fun championship all the way around. Phil took the win there, just beating out Lucas. And Matteo and Yari quite close to each other. A turn and circle indeed. Oh, Michael is just finished now as well. Alexi said, just my mistake. I'm guessing he binned it. That's unfortunate. Unfortunate. Yeah, not the race I would have hoped for. Not the race I would have hoped for. But it was a decent enough run to wrap off the season. Let me go and get registered for El Ferrari. So I'm actually should have done the Woodlands layout. I think the bigger layout is more fun because you have all those slipstreaming and overtaking opportunities in the first sector, and then when you get into the back sector, you then get all the like tight twisty bits that require a more sort of steady foot. I kind of like that dynamic that we have there. All right. The quick wrap-up of... Yeah, congrats, Matteo. I assumed you were the champion. I guess that now confirms it. What was I doing? Is this going to work? Hey, it does. Cool. There you go. Voila. Ligier races. Cadwell. Obviously, Phil took the win just over Lucas. Matteo finished in 3rd. Yari 4th. Robert 5th. Me 6th. M2 7th. Alexi with an unfortunate bin in 8th. Hanu 9th. Michael with the jump start in 10th. And Hell and Henning in 11th and 12th. And 4 people didn't even show up. The cheek, eh? Can't believe him. Still worried about Bubba the car in front. I thought we were going to crash all the time. Now, if you take it carefully, the car's stable enough to for it not to be a problem. I don't think I've checked this, but here you go. Fastest laps of the season. It doesn't really matter too much in this car. Albeit, I do want to say that I helped Phil get this time. I basically pushed him all the way down the straight. And that's what helped him get there. But it's been a pretty wild season. Pretty wild season, to say the least. Let's look at the overall standings. Matteo clinches the championship over Phil by almost 30 points. Phil finishes tied with Yari on 555 points. But Phil got a win at... Oh yeah, he won the final round, which is what he needed to do to win the tiebreaker against Yari. So congrats to him there. Then it was Yari. Yeah, the P2... Oh, yeah, Jesus Christ. Yeah, Robert was only 1 point off of those two as well. Madness. Yeah, if he had have beaten Yari here, he would have... Even if they 3 would have tied, Yari would have dropped down, because I think Robert has an additional 3rd place. He's 2 podiums. Or 3 podiums to Yari's 2. Then it's me. A bit underwhelming, but it's still a decent season all around. Then Alexi on 498. Mattia unfortunately missed the final round. Could have been in with a good shot of... I don't know necessarily if he would have been able to have contested for the title, but he definitely would have been in with a shot to comfortably take 2nd place. Then Henning, he completed all the rounds. Then M2 skipped 2 rounds and finished 9th. Lucas missed 3, finished 10th. And then we get 2 sort of spread down the bottom here. Was kind of a shame that interest sort of we had a really strong start, and then after that interest kind of tapered off after Modena. Croft and Modena we had really packed grids, and then sort of averaged around 12 to 15 for the final 4 rounds, which are decent numbers, but would have been better to have had full grids. Would have had a bit more exciting racing, I think. But yeah, beggars can't be choosers. was still was still a fun championship all around. Definitely don't regret bringing this car back in the slightest. So, yeah. However, it's time for the announcement, isn't it? I need to, I don't even know if this is gonna work. But I did make a pretty crappy... Oh, it's not gonna let me do that, is it? It's time! It's time, but I don't think... Crap. I don't think it's gonna let me... Oh, I could just add a file. Actually, no, I'm not sure I want that. Minor technical difficulties. Actually, you know what? I could just... Fuck it. Could just do this. Voila. my desktop in all its glory. However, I've prepared a pretty crappy trailer. that I made in about... I don't know. Like 15 minutes. So, here goes, plebs. Make sure it's not... that'd be fine. So, here's the new season. We are gonna be driving the Skoda 130 RS. This is actually from an online race I did last week. I definitely didn't get some people to guinea pig the car for me. But, yeah, if you've never driven this car before, it's a lot of fun. It's not got a lot of power. It's very much a momentum-based car. It's got quite a lot of grip. But it's also rear-engined and rear-wheel drive, so it's gonna get that tail out. And, it's quite spicy. Oran Park here is one of the rounds as well. This is a great fun track. We're racing the Fallout as well, which we hadn't done before. So, looking forward to this. You'll see the full list of tracks when they're fully announced. However, that is not all. Because this time, I have been able to get a second series. Somehow. And yeah, we're going to be running the 2007 Formula 1 cars. Have I lost the plot? Yes, I have. But this will be a fixed setup championship using the VRC 2007 Ferrari and McLaren. Ferrari with a tiny BOP, extra weight, because it's a little bit faster, I think, than the McLaren. But, I don't know. I thought I'd run something to contrast the, Skoda, and I picked the exact opposite thing to the Skoda. Alright, that's enough of that. Oh no, actually, wait, it finishes up, so I'll let it do that. There you go. That's next season. Season 13. At 8 o'clock, Skoda. I've broken my water bottle. Fuck's sakes, pro streamer moment. At 9 o'clock, we're running the VRC 2007 Formula 1s, and at 10 o'clock, who the fuck knows? Back to back. Yes, these races will be back to back. Hang on, I'm making a right clusterfuck of this. Get that out of here. Dramatic changes. Yeah. Yeah, these cars are free. These cars are free. I couldn't see chat for all of that. But yeah, so basically... Fucking hell. I'm trying to fix my water bottle at the same time I broke it. Oh, bloody hell. F1 has a lot to catch up the Czech beast. Yeah. It can't keep up with the Skoda, man. So yeah, huge changes coming to SRS next season. I'm gonna put a little disclaimer here. Everything you hear from me is hearsay. It could change. Only the boss man himself knows the exact truth. However, I guess on a slight downer, I think SRS is going to be downscaling the amount of races that run next season. At least it's kind of the gist I'm getting, because people will be, or not many people race in the daytime slots, so I think they're going to be going, and we're going to be running mostly just evening races now. Again, I'm not sure what the actual full schedule looks like, but for us hosts, we were informed that we now have a lot more freedom as to how we can play around with the formats and stuff for the races, the content we use, and stuff like that. So you're going to be seeing a lot of variety next season, which I think is going to be really interesting. Some different formats, different cars that we've never seen before, and stuff like that. People are just getting in their stuff now, so yeah, I mean, I've stuck with the usual format, 10-minute qualifying, 20-minute race, but I know other people have gone for different things. Yeah, so apparently, from the gist I'm getting, there's going to be no regular race at 9 PM, so the slot where the Ferrari is now, that's not going to be there next season. And because I was talking about it with Enrique, and he basically was like, you know what, you can run another series. And I was like, fuck yes. But yeah, so the Formula 1 series is, oh well, the Skoda series is going to be as normal. The same as all my other series, yada yada yada. Yeah, we've raced the Skoda 6 weeks. All fun and games. Formula 1 is going to be the same format, but we're going to be running fixed setups rather than open. And obviously the BOP and the Ferrari. Because I sort of thought, you know, this is sort of a slot. I thought fixed setups to kind of make them a bit more approachable. These cars aren't too hard to drive, the Formula 1 cars. They've got like traction control and stuff. That's why I picked them over something a bit more modern. So you can kind of just wallop the throttle and get away with it. But yeah, so the first time ever running 2 championships in one season. So it'd be interesting to see. I knew I had to pick something different to the Skoda, and so I thought we can keep, you know, I can sort of keep my regular time slot as what we usually do, the sort of not necessarily incredibly fast cars, but, you know, nice little cars that make some great fun racing, and then bring out the more powerful beasts the hour after that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be an interesting experiment to see how it goes. And yeah, I'm excited. I am definitely excited. Yeah, Formula Alpha 2007 Firenzo F07. Yes, it's that one, and the McLaren, which is the McLaren MC22, which is the it's the McLaren. They're both pretty close. I've been running some laps of them over the past couple of days. The Ferrari does seem to be a little bit faster, so I've put a little bit of extra weight on the Ferrari. At least, hopefully, there should be, if Enrique improves it. And that should make draw the two a bit more closer in line, I think, in terms of performance, which will be nice. Yeah, who knows? I could have just committed a cardinal sin. Donnie already says traction control on a Formula 1 car. Heresy. I was sure I'll end SRS at the end of this week and you show Skoda 130 little unfair. Purely coincidental, I have to say. I didn't intentionally pick it. I didn't see, he's leaving, gotta pick a car you'll love. I was looking, I kind of got on like a bit of a vintage touring car vibe. And I stumbled upon the Skoda again, and I was like, you know what? I've never raced this car, but it looks fun. So let's try it. I don't want him to leave. Not so sure how I feel about this double series stuff. It's good to see you guys getting more control. I'm not gonna miss the daytime races. Well, the double series at the moment is just me. I was discussing about my current schedule, and I think he was maybe a little disappointed when I was like, yeah, I still want to do 20-minute races. He's like, hey, have all this freedom. I'm like, nah, I'm staying the same. But, I don't know. It'd be an interesting experiment. I don't expect the Formula 1 to attract anywhere near the grids the Skoda will, but, it's something I could play around with and see what we get. I do know other hosts, they still have the one race, but they will be playing around with the format a lot more compared to usual. However, only hosted race will turn all the spotlight on the host. Yeah, but there still are what do you call it? There still are like daily and like the hourly series. There's still gonna be SRS hosted series. There's just not gonna be as many of them throughout the day, from the gist I'm getting. So yeah, I mean, I obviously, again, this is all hearsay. I wanna confirm that it's all hearsay. It could look. I haven't seen the full schedule, so I don't exactly know what it's going to be look like or going to look like. So yeah, we'll see what comes up. But yeah, I think by the sounds of things, the 10 p.m. slot. So where the Ginetta sits now, that will still be there. But yeah, we'll see. SRS 24-hour series confirmed. It could happen. Well, I'm not sure if that could happen, but definitely longer races are on the table. Think there'll be a slot before as a daily race. Yeah, the slot before and then the slot at 10 are gonna be for sure SRS stuff. Oh yeah, servers up, yeah. Thanks for reminding me. I was sat there looking at the registration screen, just chatting away. We could have burnt through into qualifying, I still would have been saying. Okay, yeah. I was getting the Ferrari. Talking about vintage touring cars, he was followed with the big cousin, the Tatcha 603. Maybe. We'll see. Thinking there'll be... Oh, yeah, I've read that. I like the vintage car races that have begun on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Hope something like that stays. Maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see. I don't think there's any host for those slots, so I assume those will stay. It is showing the game, isn't it? Yeah, it'll be showing the game. Cool. So yeah, I think that's those classic car races on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Oh, excuse me. I think they likely will stay. To be honest, I don't think half the people care about who is the host of a race. It's still a race with a card combo, either like or not, regardless of the name attached. I think the name... It's a 50-50 thing. I think the name definitely does help. But also, some people just join in because... I have one of Fred's setups again. I think this is the one I changed a bit, though. So I'm guessing I'm going to run that. But yeah, some people do join because of the host. Others... Oh, it's foggy. Hello. That's an interesting change. I think others do just join because they look at the car and track combo and go, ooh, this is interesting. Because I think... what was it? I had the Estonias, wasn't it? I think we were sat in the Radical race after one of the Estonias, and it was Simon, who races with like, or is in the same team as like Donnie and Mike, won them lot. He didn't even know that I was actually hosting the Estonia series. Even though he was actively racing in it. Oh god. I just made the same mistake that guy did. Oh. I saw the orange touch presenting TMM mod on Real and touch it. Those exhaust tubes are awesome. Yeah, those exhausts are wild on the Tatra. Oh god, I'm all over the shop. I almost killed that man. Oh my god, I'm all over the place. 95 grip on cold tires, basically ice skating, yeah. Yeah, the SRS. I do that. Like 3-6 hour. No, people didn't know who the Stig was either. Her assessment does seem to matter a lot lately. We chat about this the other week. Agree and disagree. Again, as I said. I mean, if you look at the AE86 championship I ran last season, we had a full grid pretty much every race. Full grid pretty much every race. This season, we suddenly lost half the grid mid-season, and it never came back. And a lot of those people don't show up in my streams either. So, you know, you do have to think that, you know, the hosts really don't matter as... they're not the... They do matter, but they're not the sole contributing factor. I think some people just weren't too keen on the Ligier and so were like, I can't be bothered anymore. There was also Christmas and stuff which would have affected things, but I think the fact that it trended over 4 weeks would show that there clearly wasn't as much interest in the Ligier as there was with the 886. Even though it's the exact same host, you know? I was still hosting both championships and I've streamed every race. So, you know, it kind of... It's a sort of divide, I definitely say. Yeah, it was a very popular series. I was surprised. I definitely fell out of love with the car, though, over the course of that series. It was an absolute bitch. I'm surprised so many people kept turning up, given how much of a bitch the car was. See someone you bought all the people you knew as well? No. Bought people in was like 2 people. At most. And you know, there was like 26 people on like most of the races, so people wanted their tofu. There's 2 more than 0, yes, but when you compare it to like 26, that's a much smaller number. Shit. And these brakes are soiled. Useless. This car does not handle great. I will be honest also. I don't know what I've done with it. But it ain't driving nice. I didn't even get a lap time up. Oh wait, I did. 224. I must have cut somewhere there. For that to not have counted. Who knows? Especially if it's like 5 minutes by foot. Oh, nice. I got Donny House and my McLaren F1 GDR series as well. Yeah. I had way too much. Oh yeah, of course. I still have the fuel from when it was like double. It boosted tire and fuel wear. That's not been the case this season, so I don't need that. I want to make some slight changes to the car, maybe though. Oh, well, that's about as good as they get. I don't think I really want to touch any of these things too much more, actually, than they are at the moment. Maybe shrink the gear ratio? Take them down a click, maybe. See what that does. Just one game, yeah. They didn't even run the full championship either. They did like 2 races and then stopped. Sorg is from the Thunder Crew? Yes. Martin Sorg is from the Thunder Crew. So is Joachim. I think that's it from the Thunder Crew here. No Evgeny, no Alex, no Jack. The car behind me just vanished. Rip. Surprised no Evgeny tonight, though. He's usually loitering around. Somewhere. Even if he's not racing. Gotta get back to the past. SimRacing check. What? What? It's stuck in my head now. Whew, bloody hell. It is cold up here still. Oh, the car didn't want to stop. Cheeky strats. I don't think that really helped me much at all, but oh well. Man, the brakes on this thing are awful. What the hell? I don't remember them being this bad. Test for 2007, not hard to drive for me. Big problem is the setup. See? That's where I have the solution. It's fixed setup. Hopefully. That's what I've requested, at least. So it should be. We're running fixed setup. So I've literally titled it on, like, the banner thingy, Arrive and Drive F1 2007. So. From my testing, I felt the default setups felt fine. They're, like, stable, but they're not too understeery, so I think running fixed is the way to go. Now you're calm. If I get the ballast implemented as well, the Ferrari will be running with an extra 25 kgs. Because it feels a little bit more nimble than the McLaren does. At least from my testing. So I had to weigh it down a little bit to make it slosh around a bit more. Not a whopping great difference between the two, but there's enough to think that I should weigh them down a little bit. To be honest, I was not paying attention this entire lap. Pro streamer strats. I always forget how really good... Oh, fuck's sakes, I cut the track anyways. I always forget how really weirdly this Ferrari is geared. William McLaren had dual brake pedals, 1998, I think. As the MP4-13 with the double brake pedal. Again! Why can I not get this fucking thing stopped into the first corner? Try that, see what happens. Plus 5 points on the SimRacing streamer quiz. Yeah, I know a lot of useless motorsports knowledge. In fact, I probably know too much. Did some drivers have legs? Or 3 legs? Maybe. Formula V10 Gen 1. Fuck it out. They actually have the McLaren MP4-13 though, don't they? In AMS2. I didn't think it was a Formula X Gen X car. I could be wrong. In AMS2. Oh, it's in that category. Oh, okay. It's been too long since I played AMS2. I keep saying I'm gonna go back and then I forget. Oh, there's a car crashed. This car feels like it turns too much for some corners, not enough for others. I have that car in a generic model for the others, yeah. Doesn't sounds pretty AMS2. Like to me. Finding a lap right, don't fuck up the first corner. It's gonna be my last time lap though, so. I basically shanked away all my difference already. Fantastic. Did they use both feet on the 2 brakes at the same time? Or, hang on. I'd have to assume, if you're asking about whether they used the foot on the brakes at the same time, on both pedals, I think so. If you look at, like, if you see that famous image of the actual mechanism, you see the other brake pedal is actually, like, really tiny. And it's like squished right next to the brake pedal. So I assume you'd kind of just like twist your foot onto it sort of thing. To like push it down. I don't really... It seems like it'd be pretty awkward to not press both at the same time. But yeah, the extra pedal was mounted or it was connected up to, I think it was connected up to one of the rear brakes. They could choose which side they wanted it on, and for depending on the track, and that would change. Obviously, that would give them more rotation on corners that went that way for those races. That's gonna last more than enough, so that's fine. The rear brake pedal, the skinny one, was way harder. Yeah. I didn't check tire pressures, but I'm going to assume they're fine. Isbrand ran with the Super Softs. Interesting. I've never heard of these two people at all. Actually, to be honest, I haven't heard of most of these people. Apart from Martin, myself, and Hell was in the race earlier. And Joachim. I've never heard of any of these other names before. Completely. Oh, Aurelian as well. I didn't see him. He squeaked in there. I think having to break my brain a bit. I mean, they would have had enough testing time back then to get used to it. So I don't think it would have been too bad as per se. I'm gonna decrease the brake power a little bit. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I didn't notice they were in the race though at first. They sort of snuck in the leaderboard. But Martin, Aurelian, me, and Angel, and Joachim. So I only recognize 4 out of the 12 other people here. Yeah, I have never seen these two before. I've never seen Louis, or Rafa, or Neil, or Leo, or Koszmarski, or Esnel before. Never seen any of them. Can't believe you didn't put it on poll. Your setup was a dud setup. Ignore the fact that I'd butchered your setup. I'm still calling your setup a dud. Well, if he's like... I assume he's like Hispanic. So that would... Given the Lozano surname, you know, I don't know. It sounds right to me in my head. Anyways, we're gonna send it and pray. I didn't even check what tire. Everyone now ahead of me is running soft, so I'm assuming on the right one. Neil is on the super softs. That's a risky choice. My fault. Your crew is copy for I have one team. Just for luck, everyone. Send it T1 win. Yeah, let's do it. Oh, Martin double braked up there. Oh. Oh, the Yeti fan up there went very wrong. Got a battle with Aurelian here, but I think they're going to back out, hopefully. I pray to God they do. Oh, they're going to go wide and probably get a penalty. Oh, they got turned into the wall. Chaos ensues. Oh my God. They're all dead. Fucking hell. Real Spa moment. Jesus. When the popular track shows up, the idiots come out to play. I was kind of hesitant to put... So I have Spa as the final round as well for the F1 series. I was kind of hesitant to put it in at all, though. But I feel like it's Spa. I kind of have to have it there. Because, you know, Spa always attracts just a lot of random people out of the blue. Well, I mean, the car's much faster, so... Oh, if you mean, like, Puon's not a problem for an F1 car, then yeah, that's true. But holy cow, that was death, and more death. Jesus. Both the F1 cars would be a bit mad, alright. Yeah. Watkins Classic boot will also be pretty mad. I was tempted to go with the chicane. I usually prefer running the chicane, but I thought because it's a Formula 1 car, you could like just belt it around that bank, turn at the back of the track like a madman. Fred will be very happy watching that. Oh, I've outbraked myself a little bit. Worked out. Kind of. I lost time on the exit there. Looks like second place man is not having a great time. Louis has just come out the pits. We just make old Watkins in F-170 so bumpy and fast, I can imagine. Gotta deal with the dirty air a bit there. Don Watkins boot no chicane 90 Formula 1 cars and racing. It's very fun indeed, lots of slipstreaming. Let's see if I can catch back up to the group and beat Martin for a podium. Gotta get this lapper out of the way first. I'm not really... Oi, what's he doing? Bloody hell. The idiots that come out to play when Spa's on the schedule. I say that as I almost fucking die. Jesus. Car too loose? Maybe. Maybe, just maybe. Oh, he's washed out wide. Ah, no, fucking 20-minute sprint race, my guy. Don't know how he ended. Oh, I guess maybe because of the fucking death at the top. We gotta go back on the replay and watch that back. That was absolutely wild. That start. Albeit, this race is far from over yet. More interesting stuff could happen. What is he doing? I have no idea. As long as I keep pulling away from him, though, that'll be good. Which seems to be happening. Right, now I can focus on catching Martin. Okay, I was going way too slow through there. You can definitely carry a lot more speed in this car through that section of corners. He's just diced. Oh, wait. I'll read that in a sec. Brain's a little slow tonight. And he's pulling away. Oh, it isn't ideal. He's just diced. He can unlap himself and get back in the race in 7 laps. Worst go from pits repeatedly in race. Just told Watkins going to pit exit. Exit right to track. Oh, decided. Okay. I mean, who knows? Maybe he did roll some dice and was like, you know what? My odds are good. I think I can win this. Oh, I bumped that curb a bit too aggressively. No biggie, though. My front pressures are a bit high though, which isn't ideal. Whoops. There's a type of bit of work, yeah. I think Martin's kind of invigorated by the chase up ahead. Old Mr. Yeti fan. Tiniest of lockups. Neil disconnected. Let's see, I'm assuming it's just lift in this car then. Yeah, okay it is. I was an idiot for braking. Right, idiot. Your route should be flat, no lift. This car can't do it, no lift, I'm pretty certain. I'd rather not get a penalty risking it. Oh, Martin locked up. Didn't seem to affect him too much though. Sounds like a driver issue. I'm behind the brake pedal so you won't be able tempted to use it when you shouldn't. Solid idea. You know, how about I just unplug my pedal set entirely, you know? Oh, there goes Louis. I guess he finally realized the dream was dead. He was not gonna win. Blew the throttle. I have them every now and then. Oh, that was pretty tight on lap times, albeit somebody's binned it up ahead. Not sure who. And the pedals entirely, or else you can't be flat out all the time. Just the brake. Fortunately, I don't have those Gucci pedals where you can just unplug the brake. Okay, I went for a much smaller lift. And that worked. But I don't think I have the traction or the line to really do it flat out. Aurelian left too. Race of attrition, this one. I see as I put a wheel on the grass into a braking zone. Yeah, that was nearly the death of me there. Oh, this is gonna... Oh, fucking hell. Clearly not dedicated enough to the send, so... Well, you claim I'm not dedicated enough in general, so... I don't know, I think GT cars are definitely a bit of an Achilles heel for me. I have success, I have had success in GT machinery, but I do definitely think GT cars, they just, I don't know, they never think they quite click with me as other cars do. For example, I've been doing some like R-Factor, a little bit of R-Factor 2 here and there every week. And we ran an IndyCar series. It took me a little bit as I was finding my feet with R-Factor 2 because that was the first sort of races I joined in on the platform. And you know, that was a lot of fun, but I eventually got some like really strong pace going. We then switched to... We then did like a Radical, had good pace there. Did the Caterham, had good pace there. And we did GTEs, and that's where my pace started to be contested a lot more. Fighting for the lead every race it was now. Or it's been more like top fives. Then we went into 70s, late 70s Formula 1 ground effect cars on Sunday. Whoosh! Oh, those were so much fun. I didn't... R-Factor 2's like slippery physics plus ground effect is just like ridiculous. Barely call it a sim anymore. Well, I mean, it might be realistic to how those cars were. I don't know, I've never driven them, but... It was a lot of fun. Just fucking absolutely sending those cars into corners. Oh, I've gone very wide. It's partially also that some people only drive GT type cars to stand in. Yeah, that is true also. But I think also, just for me in general, GT cars kind of sit in this a bit of a weird ground. But I don't really have... I don't think they really have enough mechanical or aerodynamic grip for the level of cars that they are. It just... I don't know. I've never necessarily been fully confident in GT cars because they've just never given me the feeling of grip that I get with some other cars. You know, the confidence to really go, I'm gonna send it through this corner and the car is just gonna remain stuck. Aurelian reconnected, so I guess that was a network disconnect rather than a maybe intentional disconnect. Unfortunate. But yeah, I guess it's a combination of that and also the fact that people love to absolutely drive GT cars to death that I guess kind of makes them a bit weaker for me compared to other kinds. I was originally tempted to go down the GT car route for the 9 PM slot to sort of like replace this Ferrari on the Tuesdays, but in the end I thought, fuck it, it's my choice, I'm gonna just send it and see what happens. I initially wasn't gonna go for F1, but it kind of just ended up happening. I was like, I shouldn't drive these cars, but you know what, I'm gonna try them anyways. And then I did like, then after like a couple of hours, I was like, it's kind of hard to talk me out of picking these cars now. Well, I guess I'm fucked. We're just gonna pick it and see what happens. Slowly closing down on Martin here, but I think it's gonna be too little too late sort of ordeal. Depends how much he's gonna struggle these last few laps. Be tempted to try one of those F1 races. They are pretty accessible cars, so I personally believe the Arrive and Drive moniker that I slapped on the race banner is definitely true. You can turn up and just send those cars without really much, without needing to be like a sim racing master sort of thing. And you don't have to be a setup guru either, because we're doing fixed setups, so. Remember doing 2 1-hour races at the VRC 2009 F1? Yeah, the Williams of cars, yeah. Yeah, I've done a couple of races in that car before. It's pretty neat. But, yeah, it's a bit more of a handful than the 2007 cars. It's got a lot less downforce. Shittier tires. No traction control as well, so relies a lot on your left foot, or right foot, sorry, to really squeeze the full potential out of it. You could tell those Formula 1 cars were built to be used with traction control, though. I turned it off and it was just wheel spin constantly, and I was like, ooh. It's not ideal. Okay, this is going to be the final lap. Ah, I was just slower than Martin there. Yeah, those cars had some crazy aero. There actually are a lot of cosmetic options on the car for, like, you can adjust the, like, visual options in the setup screen. They'll probably all be locked down because fixed setup, but, and they're also, like, visual stuff is only client-side in AC anyways, but, there's a nice little touch. You could, like, have the car looking how it did in different trims throughout the season. I'm not sure why they changed the cars, though, to fictionalized brands. Because they used to, for years, those cars had their real names. There was the McLaren and the Ferrari. Because I have them. They're actually separate cars. But they're the same car. But they're separate. And VRC then went and did an update which made them, like, fictionalized. And they did a couple of, like, extra enhancements on them. So they are slightly better than the Ferrari and the McLaren. They would have been taken down, especially if they were... I guess charging for the betas makes sense. But, I mean, it was free content, so... I don't know. But then again, now that I think about it, they don't have the 2009 Williams or the 1997 cars, the Williams and the Ferrari, anymore on their actual website. I think the Sim Dream situation. Oh, okay. I guess that makes sense. There was probably a lot more scrutineering on the sim racing modern community. Which is it, though? Final lap. I'm not quite going to get Martin. They're not gone. You can still download them, but they're only on RaceDepartment. You can't download them from RSS's website. Yeah, they're still on RaceDepartment. I did a big scour through RaceDepartment, and I saw they were still there. Whew. Another pretty average race. It seems to be the rigmarole of the night, eh? Pretty average racing. Get registered for the Ginetta, though. Final Ginetta race of the season. And let's go and look at what the fuck happened in that race. Absolute chaos broke loose. Let's put it on board with Aurelian. Because I'm pretty certain they were at the crux of it all. Okay, so they get a decent start. But they're on the outside through turn 1. They go quite wide. And that allows me to get up here. Oh, there's already cars. Guessing the good old usual bit of T1 bonking went on. No, they just went wide. Wow, went very wide. Yes, I was faster. They were... They backed out of that. I slowed down way too much. And then rejoin, and then what? Oh no! Oh no! They just turned across Neil. Oh, and then ping pong into the wall, crashes into Neil. Rafa is gonna be left with nowhere to go. Let's get this from Koshmarsky. And then they're all gonna pile on in. Piling on in. Piling on in. Oh no. Actually, wait, who's... Did Leo get through it? No way. He didn't get through it, did he? He did! Madman. Absolute madman. Oh, he got bonked here a little bit. Yeah, Louis gave him a bonk here. Oh, there was a separate trigger incident here. Oh, Louis again. Look, he just dives back on track and just punts Angel out of the way. He's like, fuck you, out of here. And that goes into Joachim. Oh. Let's see, does old matey back here get dive? Oh. Those two are both smart enough to use their brakes. I think Zoltan here was a bit too cautious on the braking. But, see, where's Louis at? A bit of a menace he was. What did you miss? Oh, he got a shit start. Fucking hell. You missed absolute carnage on the opening lap. So he taps Leo, and he shoots out massively on the inside, then just turns suddenly back on the track. And then gets involved in this shitfest. And then I guess he retires back to his pits. Waits out the penalty. And then gets going again. Out in front of me. Which held me up a bit. And he's kind of slow through here. And yeah, like, I don't know what he was really doing here. He just kind of wanders across the track into me. I'm not really sure what he was thinking of there. I was just plain stupidity. I nearly died down. I shit my pants. I was like, uh-oh, he's gonna come back and fucking murder me now. I had zero trust in him. Oh, there's SRS TV. Yeah, Madman. I want to see that from his onboard. What did that look like? Ooh. Okay, so he gets through. He's gonna get the tap here. He saves that. He keeps his throttle pin and he gets off of it. Oh my god. He was not afraid. That's for sure. He turns left just at the right moment, then turns right and corrects that. He keeps it stable. Oh, this is all the dust. My goodness. Madness. Didn't want to lose any time, no. I ain't dealing with your bullshit today, people. That was crazy. Absolutely crazy. Alright, well, I've lost the Ginetta race. Luck like from Kokura. Kokura primary target of Atom Bomb Hiroshima, only secondary if bad weather. Yeah, Mateus has signed up for the Ginetta, so I've lost. Rip. Magnus Hurt. Never heard of that person before. Hopefully they are a pretty clean and respectful racer. Let's get the standings up though. Voila. At least I hope this is shown. Races. We're going to take a look. Yes, it is. Cool. I didn't actually know that. That's an interesting fact. But yeah, I might have known it at one point in time and just forgot. I have one incident point, obviously, from... Oh, Yakum had 7. Oh. Yeah, Louis had 9. Not surprised. Rafa had 8. Neil had 9. Aurelian had 1. Damn. He must have crashed loads of times and got 9. They didn't even do the 3 laps, so they scored diddly squat. And we did 9 laps. Never heard of these two before. Are they new to SRS? Let's see. Yeah, pretty new. Okay, he's a bit more experienced in SRS. But 40 starts still isn't a lot. 5 top 3s, 15 top 10s, instant average of 2. Not ideal. 5, 1 win, 4 top 3. Yeah, that's pretty respectable. Pretty respectable. Alright. Fastest laps though, I guess. What have we got here? Matteo obviously fastest. No surprises. Yeah, I'm pretty certain he's gotten this championship too. I'm not even on the board in qualified. I made it on race pace, just about. Likely going to be shuffled off here throughout the week. Is the website getting updates? I don't know. I'll be honest. Yep, Matteo's won every week. He's the only person who's done so. So, yep. Congrats, Matteo. Another championship. Perfect score, 612 in 9 races. So I guess he didn't need to do many. And he won every race he started. Did 3 at Barcelona. Madman. And of all weeks to pick to do the most races, he picked Barcelona. Not Silverstone, not Road America, not Monza. Barcelona. Oh, no Hiroshima, but Naga. Ah, okay. Martin 2nd. Makes sense. Aurelian 3rd. Joachim 4th. Alexei in 5th. 3 wins. It's pretty decent. He hasn't raced Spa yet, so that could change. Then Alex. Then Jack. They're both still yet to race Spa. Then it's Tobias, who missed Monza. Me, who missed Nürburgring, kind of. 2 podiums. Pretty clean season. Also, Meta, I got 458 points. I win. I win the championship on merit. I got 458 points whilst driving a Ferrari 458. There you go. Florian missed Monza as well. Demis hasn't raced Spa but missed Nürburgring. Evgeny missed Barcelona and hasn't raced at Spa. Grinnell missed Nürburgring as well. So quite a spread season. There are a lot of people here. A lot of people. Let's see about these two. Were these new people as well? 57. That's a reasonable amount of starts. 3.4 incident average is not great though. And 5 for Louis with a 5 incident average. Ooh, that's not great either. No, nobody shows up for those easier to win high IQ move. I mean, yeah, that's always going to be... When you have ranked systems like this where races run multiple times each day, that's always going to be a problem. The same shit happens in like iRacing and stuff as well, you know. People will intentionally race at hours where they know the competition will be easier to get easier wins. Obviously, that's... Albeit, arguably, that's almost easier to do in iRacing, because to do that here, you need the race to go official first. Which, as we've seen, even at the more popular ads, isn't necessarily always guaranteed. So... yeah. But I mean, I guess if you wanted to spin it, you could almost argue that every race anyone has gotten is they only got because nobody better showed up. Which would be rather naive, but you could technically stretch it out to that. Because I mean, if you're only free at like time slots where not many people are racing, then you're only free when time slots not many people are racing. There ain't much you can do about that. F1 only needs second place in one of 3 races, so I pray. I assume that's to win the championship? If so, best of luck. I mean, you've got 3 attempts, so... Hawkins was hard as Haas was faster, but I had a better start in all 3 races. You're at Goodwood. Oh, that chicane, though. Oh, the Goodwood chicane. Nightmares. I dread... Every time I boot up Goodwood, I dread that final chicane. Oh, yeah. Goodwood chicane Paul can tell stories. I really can. It's seen a lot of shit. It's seen a lot of shit. I mean, that was how the Estonia 21 championship started. Was me getting put into the the bloody wall at Goodwood. But yeah. I think when we did it in the caterums as well, at one time the caterums were in the loop. I think I bonked the wall there in the chicane as well, which wasn't ideal. I will be totally honest. Let's see, how many do we have? Oh, we got 5 at the crack of dawn. Or 5 at the 11th hour, sorry, for the for the Genettas. Jose got in at 21:54. Sadly, it doesn't show seconds, so we can't see how close to 55 that was. But we just got 5. So that is every race tonight official. Unlike last week, where it was one official race. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how all these changes are going to shake up SRS next season. See what happens. There we go. Server is up. Janetta. Coolio. I'm gonna load the Donington setup. I have a hunch that's gonna work well, because it's more of a spinny setup. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Do a little bit of driving. Oh, we're in the wrong camera view there. Do I actually have the game up, don't I? Yeah, I do. Cool. We're using the correct layout of Modena. The only layout that should be used. Not the abomination we ran last night. Like how there are more options for hosts. On paper, the majority of the series are what I mentioned half. Yeah. I think recent events has proven that Enrique is listening, because the secret chat Michael mentioned was the idea that we had discussed, and I brought up about bringing all the hosts together to in one central place to, you know, be a bit more open on discussions. It's something I think he's really leaned into the idea. Because he even wanted everyone to post their upcoming series on that so we could all see what each other's doing. I think it definitely has been a move in the right direction to help break down some of those barriers and make conversations a bit more open and fluid between us hosts and Enrique. So I think there's, while that's the most invisible gain, I definitely think that's the biggest gain out of this. Because maybe who knows? In the future, it could lead to better things. Hope it's not too late. Well, he definitely still seems to have some strings that he can pull. It sounds like they're gonna have a special series on for Wednesdays, but I don't want to spoil the party too much on that one. It does sound like he's found another host, quote-unquote. Well, this car gets quite slippery out of that final turn. Wednesday is already taken. Yep. By the sounds of things. Wednesday series would tempt me out the next season too. Yeah, it turns out we've all corroborated together to put on the anti-Michal retirement tour. All the cars that he likes in one season. It's not actually what's happening. But, yeah. Cool and cap that I am the fastest car here at the moment. I'm gonna assume Mateus just hasn't done laps. I can't fathom that he'd be slower than me. Man is just on another level. So by the looks of things... Okay, we didn't get Jose turn up. We've got everyone else. Man signed up at the 11th hour and didn't show up. Unless he is? Who knows? But I do definitely think that next season is a step in the right direction in many reasons, and him being more open to us experimenting could definitely yield some very interesting results, I think. That could maybe benefit the... Oh no, Jose did get in. Okay. I didn't see him on the ping thing. Shame Michael hasn't been able to do all the rounds of this championship, though. We had a nice little rivalry going at the start. But that kind of fell away. We will see. Well, for the moment, I'm faster than Mateus. How that happened, I am not sure. That should not be happening by any stretch of the imagination, but I will accept that fact if it is going to remain that way. Even though there's only 5 cars here, beating him, it's not going to be an easy feat. Him locking up is not going to help him, though. Need to be locking up a fair bit. Donington's setup is working really nice, though. Maybe a little too twitchy at points, but I think it's getting the job done quite nicely. Not quite sure that worked out. I don't think it did. Oh, we're super tight on these lap times, though. Understeer there. Don't think that really helped. Okay, well, I'll be damned. Oh, that dip into the gravel there is not going to help me in pace, but is what it is. A bit of a snap there, that's also not going to help me in pace. Looking like it could be quite an interesting race. But yeah, I think he might be starting to figure it out more. No. Not quite. Not enough turns on this layout. You shut up. Oh, Mateus got a big slide on there. Not gonna help him. There are more than enough turns on this layout. Speeds are too high and there will be overtaking. Exactly, that's what we want. I've overshot it. That's my qualifying done. That's not real racing. I'm gonna need like what, 23 laps of fuel? I think that should be enough. He's backed out of it. Is he gonna make it back around? He should make it back around in time for one. Fake overtake it like DRS and push to pass. You gotta tell me that's real racing. See the difference picking the right layout and a better car can make. Oh, this is apparently up 0.5 seconds. Holy cow. Oh, he's only at the start of the lap, though. I guess track would have gripped. Yeah, track's gripped up more. But it does not seem like Mateus is going to be able to do it. Jose jumps the pole. Mateus is going to have to settle for third. Shots fired at Plank's research into our series. Wow, that was a tight qualifying. Holy. I think that should be good. I have the inside. Which means if I get a good start, we could be leading this into turn one. Just for the luck, I'm gonna need it. This is a really tight field. Last two for the race. Here we go. Got a good start. Kind of in my blind spot there, which wasn't ideal. Oh, Mateus got a big wiggle. Blast the horn to save 0.3 seconds a lap. Oh yeah, true strats. Oh, God. That was not ideal. Bit of a poop pant moment to finish off the lap. You'd love to see him. I mean, Fred certainly does. Don't even think he's here, though. 20 minutes of this, though, is going to be hard. I'm gonna win in the last race of the season, though. For me, that'd be pretty awesome. Oh, nailed the final corner that time around. Matthias went faster, though. Of course, he has to get past Jose, but he's gonna be a definite threat. So is Jose even. I have two big threats right on my tail. Bit of a twitch there, not ideal. Did not get this lap well at all. Rico thinking I don't have an eye on him and his iRacing tire cooling strat. Shh! Oh shit, they both did 56s whilst I floundered like a moron that lap. I've let them close up way too much. So I need to go about fixing that. It's a better lap. The issue is the laps are so short here that we still gotta do this like 16 more times before we finish up here. Luckily this car is pretty straightforward to drive and isn't taking too much out of me, but I need to keep a laser focus all the way through this. Not gonna be easy. I do have the advantage of it being probably quite hard to overtake, and Jose gets a big slapper on there, which plays it to my court a bit. Oh, as I get an even bigger slapper on there, fucking hell. That's what riding the curbs gets you, ladies and gentlemen. A near-death experience. You love to see it. M2 is closing up pace-wise, so who knows, he may even start to become a factor in this as we keep squabbling. A little bonk is all he needs. I'd love it if the two cars behind me bonked, because that would relieve a lot of pressure off my shoulders. You get Fred a little bit more of iRacing tire cooling. He is really sending it under braking. issue is he keeps running in my blind spots, which makes my life harder to defend properly. Ooh, big slide. Definitely starting to bottleneck these guys now. Still 12 minutes to go, though. Gonna be so hard to hold on to the end here. I'm gonna try my best. That was really good, holy shit. A little dip on the grass at the end wasn't ideal, but that is what I needed. M2 is coming up into competitive pace as well. He is going to start bearing down on this group, I feel. Come on, man. Come on. I knew he was gonna do something like that, but this early on, was it really necessary? The Tony playbook. Are we struggling back there? You know, I was good yesterday. Being good one time is not an exception for being bad. So Matthias got in the gravel a little bit there. I'm lapping faster than both the cars ahead of me. I've just got to make the overtake work. And M2 without being a desperate piece of shit. Oh boy, Matthias is going even faster. Ooh, little bonk. about the poor trees you've murdered. Oh, a big slide. I don't know if he's there on my inside or not. I can't see him. That was a send and a half doing to that. Need to break away from him though, because he's going to keep fighting me. There we go. That's Matthias Balzer. I think he's got a pretty uncatchable lead now, which sucks. Oh, M2 have a big wobble. Jose with the send on him. Still 7 minutes left. It seems to keep licking the gravel there a little bit. Match lap times there. Not sure where the back marker's going. He's gonna go and let me by. Alright, thank you. Got a 56.7. A 57.0. Not good. Man, it sucks. And maybe you could argue that I turned it on him, but I kind of wasn't expecting him to be on my inside with that send. So, I don't know. One of those things, though. It's been a pretty average season all around for me, so fitting way to end it off. Too late, son. You're already committing to the corner. There's no time for you to react. Guess we'll see what he says afterwards. Yeah, we'll take a look back at the replay for sure. But yeah, Mateus's pace is just too quick. It was much closer there, but not close enough. I really need him to, like, crash. Or make, like, a big error. Which I doubt is gonna happen from a man of his caliber. M2 and Jose are having a bit of a scrap, though, it seems. I'm not sure if I'm gonna match that. 57.1, no. Hot lapping machine. Never gonna stand a chance against them unless I'm right on his bumper. Able to label on pressure. Drive the other layer. It's not a shortcut, it's a long cut. And even if it was short, I'd rather piss time down the drain than race that layout ever again. I don't know who thought it was a good idea as well to build a bootleg version of the Mercedes Arena here. If it wasn't already fumbly enough on a large scale, it's even more fumbly on a tiny one. It's like, what are you thinking? More turns warm the tires, more giving better traction and speed. Yeah, I'm sure everyone knows that. I think this is going to be the last lap. Not going to have anything in the tank, really. Even if he does make a mistake at this point, he's too far ahead, I think. Yay, yay, yay. What could have been? I mean, that's the big issue, is like, one, when you're fighting over such tight margins, one slight misjudgment or overshoot is massively costly. Got a really good start, though. I knew I sort of had to move over to try and get the best run I could here. He locked up a bit into turn 1, which gave me the advantage. He was kind of in my blind spot. I wasn't sure how aggressively he was going to go into turn 2, so I kind of just left the space there. I knew he wasn't going to be there, so I parked the apex turn 3, and that gave me the lead. Started running off. Yeah, the iRacing strat. See, it worked. My tyres weren't hot. And I was still in the lead of the race. Therefore, functioning strategy confirmed. I can't even tell what lap it is. Guessing this one? Oh, here we go. Yeah, I was already turning in. He came from a mile away. Locked up the brakes. He was like, oh shit. Oh shit. And then, dead. Tested good to get around that. Then missed the apex by half a car. But I saw he was coming. And so I didn't actually turn in as much. But it's already too late sort of ordeal. You know? Because like if you watch on the onboard, I'm turning, I'm like, oh. I think almost in a way, I saw him send it, and I was like, fuck you, I'm not letting you have it. But, yeah, came back to bite me in the ass. And in comes M2, squeaky on through. Almost crashed into him there, that was a pretty tight one. That Darlington setup that worked wonders here. Maybe a little bit on the touchy side, but I think that's kind of what you want for Modena. For this fast layout, at least. So the layout is, you're almost sliding the car through all these corners. That was why it was so much fun in the Estonia 21. Because you couldn't get the ground effect to work. You're just sliding the thing through the fucking corners like a madman. Nah, you were good. You closed up the gap and were running very competitive pace. I fucking went for that. That was a very last-minute decision. Fully planted on the anchors. Yeah, a little tap there, because I sort of was holding too much speed. Oh, that was close. Look at that. Ooh. Almost touching mirrors. Not quite, though. Really hard to get past here, though. I was worried you were going to go for Ascend, but you didn't. I almost died here, though. That shit me up, because I had no clue where you were. I was like, You kind of played yourself. Because then you ran out of road. Then I just parked it in the middle, I'm pretty certain, through this entire section. Nowhere to go. And then I ran away. You seem to have a pretty nice battle with Jose, though. Through to the end. Tires kept slipping. Yeah, the car gets quite loose through that last turn. You kind of just have to, like, manage the throttle and steering. Ooh. Man was going for sends. But I guess in cars like these around this track, it is pretty much send or get sent. Ooh. Oh, he gave you a bump there. Oh, no, he didn't. Okay. Oh, smart one. And ooh, kept him very tight there. Oh. Little tap. Oh, he tricked him into going deep. Yeah, that's some pretty good racing. Alright, see you, Donnie. Also, hey, Dr. Respect. Wonder if I built some vehicle called Ironic from Bayonetta series in BeamNG driver set of course of Grand Theft Auto. Imagine how it would look like. I have no idea what that is, I'll be honest. Oh, that's a massive slide. Oh, okay, wait, the race is over. I'm stupid. I was looking at the timer and I was like, oh yeah, it's basically the end of the race. But, and then was like, oh no, he's bottled it. No. Alright. Standings. Second to last lap was, Okay, so how did it go? I was chatting. Tragic. Tragedy. 'Twas a tragedy. I'll just show the position graph. I'll let it tell the story. Bit of an optimistic move from me into turn 1. No, it wasn't meh. But it was a tragedy. That blue line maybe could have stayed on the tippy top all the way to the end. But it wasn't to be. Yeah, yeah, no. But not necessarily the fact that I didn't win, but more the way in which it was thrown away. I got very optimistic. Well, I was leading and then had a very optimistic send up the inside by second place. Nowhere to go. He realized he'd fucked up. I'm pretty certain, because he was like holding the brakes all the way through, but yeah, we crashed. Allowed Mateus to slip on through to the lead and M2, but I got M2 back. And then just couldn't catch up to Mateus. He had enough of a gap to just run away. So. And in clean air, he's basically untouchable. I thought you were referring to the others crashing out, but looks like nope. No. It was a win that was very much in my hands. From the exit of turn 1, I led. And then shit happened. And I wasn't in the lead. In terms of pace, though, I'm up there. So I'll take that at least. What are you on about? What? Texting on phone? Huh? I am confused. Well, that gives Mateus the final win he needed to pretty much seal the championship. Jose in P2. I could have been in P2, maybe. Had the race have run. Maybe not. Had you tapping something ahead of the mic? No. My phone's on silent anyway, so you wouldn't hear me typing if I was. I don't know what the tapping would have been. It might have just been some, I don't know, some weird audio thingy. I'm not sure. Looks like Andrew will probably jump me as well, given that he hasn't run Modena, but he ran every other round. Jessica might jump me if she does a round and gets a good finish. Pretty much guaranteed. I don't think she'll get anything lower than 88. Nicholas won't beat me, no. That it just kind of sucks. As a race, maybe I could have won. If I had lost it from being overtaken and I just couldn't overtake back, whatever, is what it is. But getting bonked out of the lead and no chance to really get it back sucks. It sucks. Alas, though, it was a fun combo. It's very hard to pass, but it always is hard to pass at Modena. This car was small enough and agile enough to make it around the turns quite nicely, so I can't complain too much. You know what? Let's check out. Is there anything on this page already? No. There isn't. Okay. I was wondering, I was going to be sneaky, maybe seeing if there was anything on the page already to show off, but no. No, there isn't. So that's that. I can't give the full details of what I'm doing next season, but it's going to be the same rotation again. Donny series on a Monday, and then my 2 championships on to next week. Pardon me. On the Tuesdays, combined with whatever the hell is running at the 10 o'clock slot. But yeah, a little bit of a man note to wrap off the season. It was a couple of mediocre races and one race that could have been really good. It was kind of spoiled, but it is what it is. Can't always be good. So, yeah. At least it was a pretty fun combo. And whatnot. But, yeah. Looking forward to next season. Very much so. Skoda's going to be quite fun. It'll be interesting to see how the Formula 1 stuff pans out as well. And also interesting to see how Donny and Michael's championship pans out as well. I haven't really properly read into what crazy stuff they're planning. But they're definitely trying some stuff. At one stage, Michael had gone completely off the rails with some like crazy format, but I think he toned it down a little bit. So we shall see. We shall see on Monday. I haven't driven the cars either yet, so I need to buy those at some point so I have them. But it looks like it could be a fun. Next season's gonna be quite fun, I think. Hopefully my performances can reflect that, but if they don't, as long as I have fun, it doesn't matter too much. But yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it off here. I don't really have anything more to say. I got all the announcements done that I needed to. So yeah, thanks everyone for showing up. Thanks everyone for racing who did race. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Adios.